I did my executive MBA program.
Going after 10 years for a Harvard course, did it make a change in your way of handling business?
Drastical change, because after doing 8-10 years of experience, you feel you know a lot of things. Once you go into that ocean where people are from 150 countries, from $50 million to $5 billion, in terms of marketing medium, so much of supply coming. For example, a Borivali market where there is 1 crore FSI going to be generated in next 5-7 years. How are you going to pitch your product? How are you going to design your product? As a developer, you have to be alert on a firefighting mode.
But now this cluster scheme is completely different.
The government's intentions are very clear. They don't want to have a pencil style structures where you cannot provide amenities. The parking requirements are not so if
You have been in Goa since maybe
15-17 years. Recently, we are completing a 42 villa project in Goa.
42 villas.
So there are already 30 villas are ready now.
So why did Sumit Group wish to get listed? Hello everyone, welcome back to Speaking Real Estate Podcast. Today with us, we have a very special guest, whole-time director of a listed entity, Mr. Bhushan Nemlekar. He has been in the real estate business for more than 2 decades now and has done prominent work in Mumbai and Goa. How are you, Bhushan bhai?
Great.
We are
Thank you,
very
Krish.
glad to have you on the show today, and thank you for giving us your time as well.
Thank you, Krish. It's a very interesting scene and atmosphere. We are on a 16th floor of a high-rise building in Mumbai, and you can see Mumbai rising from here.
Thank you. So normally we start off by knowing our guest, and since I am in my education phase, so would like to start you by telling your education journey.
Yes. So I'm born and brought up in suburbs of Mumbai, that's Borivali. Did my schooling in Borivali, went to Vile College for my graduation in commerce. And because I did not get good grades, I could not go in science. So I went in commerce, did my graduation in commerce, then pursued my CA program, which I passed the inter CA. Final CA, I tried 2-3 times, could not clear. And that was it, I think. And after that, because a family business, my dad was into real estate. He was doing projects. So he told me, why don't you join my company? See if you are able to do it for 5-6 months. Otherwise, you have options of doing MBA or any other program or LLB that you want to do. So I thought, let's give it a try. So it was, went into my family business, did 6-8 months of just going on sites, understanding what is happening. Initially, I was going with my sales person. That time sales, there used to be a sales team or a mandate. There used to be only one person sitting on site, a senior person, and with him I used to sit and listen to all the brokers, what's happening. Then broker used to come, understand the analogies of real estate, carpet area क्या होता है, sellable area, वो time sellable area पे बिकता था सब, वो क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, फिर customer कहाँ से आते हैं, कैसे. So that was the starting point. I took around 7-8 months to do my first deal, sale. And that's from there I started liking real estate. Then I went into little technical, how construction is happening, what are the things, where my partner Mitaram ji helped me a lot to understand how the things work. And slowly the journey started. So that's where I came into business.
So I would say experience helped a lot, and education, how much?
Education from the commerce, you understand how finance works. That's very key. In any real estate program, cash flow management is going to be the key. You can hire the best of the architects and best of designers, best of civil contractors, best of marketing team. But to manage the whole show, you require a good cash flow management, which I think really my commerce graduation background helped me in that. And I think that was the key for my. And then I did my executive MBA program from Harvard, but that I did after 10 years of my experience.
Okay.
So that was the thing.
So going after 10 years for a Harvard course for your executive MBA, did it make a change in your way of handling business? Or
Yeah, drastical change, because we as an entrepreneur, we feel that we, after doing 8-10 years of experience, you feel you know a lot of things.
right.
You feel you have achieved, because we have completed 3-4 buildings, we have achieved something, you have certain amount of wealth. So you feel you know everything. And once you go into that ocean where people are from 150 countries, from $50 million to $5 billion, different industries, not only real estate, they are manufacturing, they are oil and gas, technology. So you really understand the world is huge and there is a huge potential for each and every industry, and how you can excel, how you can grow, learn from others, learn from their challenges. And then you realize a 5 billion person has the same challenges what you also have.
Right.
And you really feel, oh, the same challenges, we should not be disheartened with that challenges. How can you convert that into opportunities?
Got it. Would it be advisable for a person to go pursue an MBA after like a good amount of experience, or maybe just 1-2 years of doing?
So my program was like a part-time program, not a full-time MBA. But at least I always believe you should, the experience that will teach you, at least 2-3 years of experience before doing an MBA would be definitely a plus.
So now we'll dive into the business discussions. You do a lot of projects into redevelopment.
Yes.
So you have done SRA.
Yes.
MADA.
Yes.
BMC as well.
Yes, BMC redevelopment.
So what excites you the most? Like in terms of, you can talk about considering different factors as well, like maybe the difficulty, maybe the profitability, timelines as well.
See, in a redevelopment, a developer like us, biggest thing is that we don't have a big land bank. Like maybe a big developers, A category developers who have hundreds of acres of land bank from there. It's like a greenfield project. We are not that kind of developer. We are more like an asset-light model where we want to treat it like a manufacturing. Like you have to produce, you have to manufacture, you have to sell, go on to the other project. And for a brownfield development, trust is going to be a big factor, because you have to get somebody of their own house. And for 3 years, maybe 4 years, that person is going to be at some other place. Again, you have to reaccommodate him. So till that trust is not built with, and trust, transparency, that is going to be key for redevelopment. So that is the way the philosophy of Sumit works, that we believe that we should have trust and clear transparency. Whatever we are delivering, we always believe you under promise and over deliver. You never, if you are able to say no, it's good. Because people also realize, okay, then there is something, you cannot say yes for everything, right?
Got it.
Just because you have to take a project, you cannot say yes. Where you know once, if you're not going to deliver that thing, you have to say no. When you said lot of different types of redevelopments, Mumbai has different. You have normal TDR redevelopment where BMC is there, SRA redevelopment, MADA redevelopment, then 33/7 in the city where there is a redevelopment under 33/7 section, you get FSI. So there are different types of redevelopments, and different type of redevelopment has its own advantages and disadvantages.
You have done 33/7 as well.
33/7 as
in
well,
South
yes. In South Mumbai, yes.
How can you tell us difference in a small?
No, so basically 36/7 was made where there are CES buildings.
Okay.
It is for the CES buildings, and MADA is the governing authority to certify the tenants.
Okay.
And the approval authority is BMC. So you get a FSI just like SRA, where if you give free of cost to the tenants, you are getting a free FSI from SRA. Same way in 33/7, when you give accommodate the existing tenants, you get a free of FSI for sale. So that's a formula that works, and 33/7 has been there for a long time. I think that was the first kind of redevelopment that has come in Bombay. After that, all the SRA schemes, all 33/7B, MADA, and from there they have evolved. So it's interesting. There are different. The whole Bombay is, I think, I don't call it redevelopment nowadays. I call it rejuvenation.
Right.
Like,
redevelopment.
So we have to city rejuvenating. The whole city is going into redevelopment in terms of infrastructure as well as the redevelopment of residential, commercial properties that we see. So it's interesting. SRA is going to be key going forward because Mumbai still has
a lot of
big SRA.
slums.
And if you are able to successfully deliver the Dharavi redevelopment project, that can be a model for a lot of other SRAs too. Go ahead. So that is going to be a big development for Mumbai
What
as a city.
do you see the future of redevelopment because of lack of land in Mumbai?
That's the case. Any city where there is a acute shortage of land, and a lot of people say that infrastructure growing, people will go outside the city. I have a contrary view. If you take cities, high density cities like Tokyo, where the population is 4 crores. A city, a bigger, greater Tokyo as a population. In spite of infrastructure across Japan, people want to come and stay in the cities. If you go to, you see Mexico City, it has a population of 3 crores.
Okay.
So why did they have land? They have don't still people want to come and live in the cities. So I feel because people, human being is a social animal, right? He wants to be with people. He wants to see. He wants to go on the weekends to the malls, to the gardens, to the play areas, or whatever the infrastructure. So the more infrastructure, I think a lot of people will come in city. Rental model will increase. A lot of people will be on rental, as well as investment is going to be so. Cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, any metropolitan, big Hyderabad are going to do well.
Talking about redevelopment, so since like recently government maybe few months ago came out with the cluster scheme, what views you would have in comparison to normal redevelopment where we used to redevelop, let's say talking about MADA or BMC, it was just a standalone building which we have to redevelop. But now this cluster scheme is completely different. So would you consider it like a better scheme, or it has its own drawbacks as well?
No, the government's intentions are very clear. They don't want to have a pencil style structures where you cannot provide amenities. The parking requirements are not so if you have 2, 3, 4 buildings coming together and forming a cluster, so you can provide all the other requirements in an apartment. Your garden areas, your parking areas, your lift areas. People can go high rise also. Now we have permissions to go high rise. So that in a cluster is easier, and they are providing incentives in cluster. So cluster is definitely much better compared to a standalone development. Still, it is at a very initial stage. People are still understanding. Even government is understanding how the approvals are happening, what will be their impact. So going forward, I think cluster will be a great scheme to work. Yeah.
Many cities outside India in the world have a concept of open FSI where maybe they have a land and they can build up as many floors as tall building they want to build. Do you think this could be the possible future of Mumbai?
See, in terms of FSI, I think a lot of across Mumbai, if you see, the FSI has increased to 3, 4 different schemes in SRA, in MAHADA. In MAHADA, you can go more higher FSI. Mumbai as a city, they are charging for that FSI. We are not getting the premiums that they are charging are exorbitantly high compared to any other city. So once you that is a challenging factor. So giving a FSI and charging a premium because government wants to monetize it, get revenue for infrastructure, that's a good that they are thinking. But it has to be rationalized. The scheme that government bought for 50%, a lot of people got that benefit, and government also got a lot of revenue.
Right.
So if you see so there should be a rationalization of premiums. That is going to be, so not other cities. You just compare Hyderabad. They have an unlimited FSI in certain zones. But that FSI, and look at the Hyderabad city. Now the rate at which the Hyderabad city is going is highest in India right now. So Mumbai has been always a pioneer in terms of real estate. They have to take the cue and I think rationalize the premiums that we are there.
Bhushan uncle, you have projects in western suburbs and central and as well as few in city. So what do you think in the future you would like to concentrate in particular area, maybe in westerns more, or you would like to enter other areas as well? Maybe the Virar, Vasai part, or...
See, right now, as a company, Sumit, we are focusing on western suburbs, city as well as central. See, land is a raw material for us, right?
Right.
So where land cannot be manufactured. Wherever it is, you have to go there.
Right.
So once the project is viable as per our requirement, that we have certain norms, in that norms, if the project is there, then we are okay to even go to Virar.
Okay.
We have done projects in Virar, we are doing project in Bhayandar.
Okay.
Now we are doing project in Borivali, Vile Parle, Santa Cruz, or city like Prabhadevi, Mahim. So depends on what kind of project that you get. Because we are asset light, so we are looking more for redevelopment or joint venture development. Wherever there are lands, like in Bhayandar or Borivali, we are coming up with a project where it's a joint development with the landlord. So that's the way we look at. So area is, Mulund is also good. We have done 156 apartments, sold 150 out of that. So OC is expected in 1-2 months. So that is all And right now, real estate is doing good after COVID. So no complaints.
Yes, it is
on that.
on a boom
Yeah.
phase. According to you, so there are many departments as a developer. You have to work on approvals, operations, business development, finance. What would you consider majorly, according to you, like you need to have some more personal attention and would be of more importance from a developer's perspective to focus on?
No, as a developer, all departments play their equal role. Normally, as a developer, we feel sales and finance or business development is more important because the revenue is directly linked to it. But purchase is also equally important because you are going to go high rises now. The construction cost is going to go high. So whether even if 5% saving on the purchase is going to be a big to your bottom line and top line.
Right.
So that is going to create. What kind of structures are you going to use technologies? What kind of technology are you going to use? In terms of marketing medium, so much of supply coming. For example, a Borivali market where there is 1 crore FSI going to be generated in next 5-7 years. How are you going to pitch your product? How are you going to design your product? Whether that product is going to be lasting for next 25 years, 30 years. So all departments have to be equally important. As a developer, you have to be alert on a firefighting mode. You are like a firefighting person. You should be ready at any time for anything, any eventuality. So that's the mode you have to be if you are a developer today.
Understood. So we have to focus on everything and stay
Yes.
alert. We'll move to the Goa part of your business. You have been in Goa since maybe more than 3 decades.
Years. Yeah. Look, 15, 17 years now in Goa.
More. And what do you think about the Goa real estate business?
Goa is completely different. Pre-COVID, I would like post Goa into two terms. So pre-COVID Goa and a post-COVID Goa. Pre-COVID Goa was like all relaxed. You cannot compare a metropolitan city to a Goa where the population is just 20-25 lakhs and people are laid back, people are relaxed. And when you go to Goa, you also become little laid back. That's the way the air is. You feel you don't want to do anything there going. It's a different product. Good. We have done around 10-12 projects there. Successfully completed all projects, delivered. The price point is very less compared to a city like Bombay or
How much is
it depends on from 8,000 rupees per square feet to 15,000 rupees. Depends on different areas, locations. People more they have a villa concept or a row house or a bungalow concept than an apartment concept. Obviously, cities have apartments now, but a lot of people want to stay in the villages, small towns, because Goa as a state is a very small state. But after COVID, I think Goa has transformed a lot. The second airport that Goa got. So a lot of people across India, as people want to, because the big cities are becoming very expensive. Like if you want to buy an apartment in Borivali, it's 2 crore for a 2 BHK minimum.
Right.
So, but in a 2 crore, you get a very nice villa in Goa. Like a nice 3 BHK with a pool and you get a backyard, everything. So people, if somebody want to just go and relax, a lot of people from North India are buying in Goa. So after post-COVID, the drastic shift has happened in Goa. So we have seen that. And Goa is now like an international destination. 24/7 international destination. So a lot of related to second homes, lot of related to tourism. So that is a big boon that has happened before.
Like after COVID, maybe has the market for second homes increased a lot or it's the same gradually increasing?
It has, prices have gone up in second home market. If you look at Alibag, if you look at Lonavala or Mahabaleshwar or Goa, or in north if you go to that cities like Uttaranchal and everything. But I think for a second home, if you're going to use it, it's worth buying a second home. Because a lot of people, I've seen my friends who have bought the second home, but in a year they hardly visit for even 8 days to the second home. So then the concept of Airbnbs and saffron stays has come in picture. Ki you stay for some year, then you let it out for others to come and stay. So second home is a good concept because people want to get out of the city and relax from same family. But what happens in second home, you don't want to go again and again at the same place.
Right.
You want to try different places, different types. So that is going to be a challenge for a second home.
What does Sumit Group construct, like villas or apartments in Goa?
We have both. We have villas and we have apartments. Recently, we are completing a 42 villa project in Goa.
42 villas.
So it's like a row house. So out of that, already 30 villas are ready now. We have possession, and last 15 are going on. So Goa has that size only. Goa you cannot do at a time 200, 500. There it's a small thing. It has to be a boutique feel.
42 villas is also a very good number.
It's a
And what do you see? There is a more demand for these villas than apartments?
yes.
For villas?
Villas, lot of demand are there.
Talking about like approvals and construction part in Goa, is it like difficult, easier?
Every city has its own, because real estate is a local business.
Can we
Local
compare
rules.
Mumbai and Goa's construction and approvals?
Very difficult to compare, because Bombay has more rules, more complications in terms of different rules for different FSI. But Goa also has the challenges, because their process is little slow. You have to go through the Gram Panchayat and town planning, and there are, as we go for the building proposal department, same way they have 3-4 different departments. So there also there are challenges. They also want to keep Goa green and Goa as an environmental thing. A lot of environmental activities are there. So they don't want too much of concrete to be seen. So that kind of infrastructure, that kind of culture is also too high. They're even the citizens, they are quite active in terms of that.
As the construction process equally to the
Construction process, because they don't have high rises there. So even if the apartments are maximum 5 stories, 7 stories, and villas are ground, so there is a horizontal development rather than a vertical development. So the construction cost is comparatively less compared to Bombay when you go for a high rise here.
We'll move on to the another part about technology and PropTech. What are your views in the upcoming years for the technology and PropTech that is all in the developing phase, I would say right now?
I think as an industry, we are the last industry. Real estate are very much laggard compared to any other industry. Even if you see logistic, Swiggy, Zomato, for 100 and 150 rupees, they use technology. And we get our products done, delivered or something. Still, in construction, we are not able to get that kind of technology level where China has reached, where we can do more faster construction or more faster sales. I think next 10 years are going to be players who adopt technology fast will survive in real estate or will thrive in real estate.
Do you see a change coming in the construction technologies more?
Yes.
And
I
talking
think.
about the PropTech.
So PropTech, what are we going to do? Are we going to look at precast buildings? That is going to be key. Because if, for example, in a redevelopment, when somebody tenant is out and is out for 3 years, instead of that, can I complete that building in 1.5 years and able to save on that kind of cost and spend some extra on the construction, and so that process can be giving a big trust to the existing tenants also. So we have to think from, but still we have not able to get into that mode. I've seen a lot of developers trying to do it, but we are not able to still get it at a mass scale.
Do you think of any PropTech company in your mind which is doing good?
Right now, a lot of PropTechs I'm seeing is more into selling, marketing, aggregation of brokers. I have not seen really a good PropTech company which is into a developer kind of a PropTech. There are each and every segments. You have segments of construction PropTech, you have selling PropTech, marketing PropTech, but not like a whole bunch we can see. So I'm still searching for it.
Sumit Group is listed since
2018.
So why did Sumit Group wish to get listed?
Actually, it was a process which I realized when I came from Harvard, that we need to go more and more professional as an industry, because I think 80% of real estate is family-run businesses. If you see, a lot of real estate businesses are family, but now a lot of corporates have started coming in. You see Mahindra, you say Raymond's, Godrej. So they also realize there is a potential in this kind of business, and we wanted to be our company more professionals. Then we wanted to raise capital also. So we listed on the SME platform when we listed in 2018, where we 25 crores equity we raised, which was a small equity, but we wanted to try. That helped us to do a lot of financial disciplining in our, because every quarter you will have to give numbers. You have to be very because there is a lot of surveillance and lot of SEBI procedures that you have to follow. So that actually helped us to become very much professional and disciplined in our approach. And that helped us to get lot of recognition within the industry as well as within the financial industry.
Got
The
it.
people who are lending the money for the projects, they also feel, okay, this company is giving results, whatever the results are. But they are doing the right things at the right time. So that helped us.
Would you prefer, like debt-based financing or equity-based financing?
See, it's a very difficult answer because debt has a, you have to pay 12%, 11%, whatever the debt. Equity, whoever comes as a equity, he is coming for a long run.
Right.
And he is like your partner. He's giving you the money, he's trusting you, he's your partner. So he wants to, as the company grows, he will also grow. So equity is always like a partner. So he will be there for a long run and his expectations will be also much more higher compared to the debt.
Any drawbacks you think an entity can face being listed?
Drawback as an industry, see, as a real estate industry, we are not the flavors of the market sometimes. They always feel real estate industry, kaisa hai, how is they work. They feel it's an opaque industry. But honestly, after RERA, I think this has drastically changed. A lot of people have become very much transparent. And everything is now on the RERA website. Any project you go, you have to just Google it and you can see how many sales has happened, what is the cost of construction, if there is any loan or that project or no. So what the all disclosures which are going to go on RERA is really going to help real estate industry. RERA is going to be a game changer.
What are your views on how the RERA, when it came into existence, has changed the industry before RERA and after RERA?
After RERA, I think the industry have gone very much professional. Whoever are doing the development, they understand now they have to be in line. You cannot just take granted any customer. Now the customer is also very much aware. There is a good readdressal scheme things. So within 3 months, you can get a hearing from RERA. In other courts, it should take a lot of time. So even if any issues are there, you can go to RERA. It can be addressed both ways. Even developers has anything, he can go to RERA and check up. So we have a mechanism. We have a professional government backed body which look after us and there are experts in the RERA who understand real estate.
Right.
So that also helps to understand what are the challenges we are facing. As RERA, when COVID came, they realized that the work could not game. So they gave us an extension. Then customers also understand if this project is RERA registered, means they are trust. The trust factor has gone up drastically after RERA.
When this COVID came in, the government gave us 50% premiums incentive, which made alive a lot of stalled projects and even promoted people to get started with multiple projects. And also, I feel many people got into real estate at that time because of the premium benefit. So I feel there is a lot of supply right now in Mumbai. Do you feel in any upcoming time that there is going to be a problem?
So there is not only after a 50% scheme, overall there is a development happening, but people want to go into now bigger apartments. Even if you see a redevelopment project where there are say 100 existing members, and when you develop, out of that 100 existing member, at least 10-20% people want to buy bigger houses. So your internal consumption, so actually to sell in the market, you get only 50, 60, 70 apartments. There is not a big supply, but Mahadas, SRA, there will be a lot of going to supply. So prices are not going to go up. That is going to be very key. Prices are not going to go up. You have to control your cost. You'll have to take the projects which are at a good location, where even if the prices don't go up, you are able to sell. So that is going to be a key for a developer, how he acquires the project now. He cannot go overboard in acquiring a project.
Prices may go down.
Prices will stabilize, will not go down because construction cost is going up. If government reduces the premium, okay, that benefit can be passed on. But then I don't see right now any government.
Recent notification from government came in about the Dharavi redevelopment project about compulsorily purchasing first 40% TDR. Like if that is implemented, do you think the overall price of the property is going up?
I think there has been a lot of suggestions to the government on that effect. We should have an option to buy. It cannot be only option to buy, right? So I think government will consider on that. Prices might impact in short term, but overall demand supply matches, because if the project is not going to be viable, nobody is going to buy the TDR there. So then automatically it will have to equilibrium itself. So I feel, but short term, I think there can be an impact.
What is your vision for the next 5 to 10 years?
In terms of industry, next 10 years, I think are the best times for real estate industry. I have never seen such a buoyancy in last 20 years of my career. What I'm seeing in last 2-3 years, everybody is positive. The societies are positive for redevelopment. The architects, engineers are positive. The government is supportive, that they also understand that redevelopment should happen. The developers are aggressive. So all this is, overall, the industry mood is very positive. So I think next 10 years are going to be really key. I just feel that Mumbai as a city should have certain iconic structures, which we are missing. We are doing high-rises, we are doing standalone buildings, but all buildings are looking like same.
Right, there is no
so there is not a
differentiated.
wow factor.
Right,
So that government has to think over it. Can we create like Dubai, some kind of Dubai museum? If you see, people just want to go there, stand and see it. It's a new structure. Then Burj Khalifa, people just want to go and see. We have the technology, we have the expertise. As a city, we should be able to do that with government. I think support a lot of things. I should give a credit to Geo World Plus, Geo World Center. They have done a fantastic job. So a lot of people. So once you have some iconic structures, the city as a whole gets an upgrade. So that is going to be B. And as a company, Sumit, we are very positive. We have acquired around 10 more redevelopment projects, which will be implementing in next 3 to 5 years. And we see really, and there are not very lot of developers in this market. There are very few, because the scale of redevelopment happening, only suburbs, if there are more than 20,000 buildings and there are 200 developers. So each developer have to do 100 buildings.
right.
So that's already
a lot of work is
lot
there.
of work is there for everybody.
Right.
So that is going to be so whoever is financially disciplined, who is delivering the project on time, that is going to be a key. Delivery, then they will get a lot of projects.
In your upcoming projects, do you like you're focusing on particular segment, SRA, MADA, BMC, anything?
No, across the board, nothing like that. We are doing MADA redevelopment, we are doing SRA also, one project. Then we are doing normal redevelopments with TDR. So depends on the location, the feasibility. We are focusing more nowadays on little city side, where we feel there is going to lot of price appreciation can be there compared to suburbs.
Highlight a few mistakes that you think would have caused a major.
If you're doing a business, a lot of mistakes. You always do mistakes, but then you should be honest enough to understand there is something mistake happened. Try to rectify it as soon as possible and go ahead. But as a company, whatever, I would not say mistakes, challenges. Because each and every day we get some challenges. As recently, the AQI challenge that we have faced, that there was stop work notices, and then so we within 8 days complied with all the process. If you see COVID, for 6 months the work was not doing, so that's the challenge. Then what to do? We don't know whether sales is going to happen or not happen. Demonetization happened. That was not a challenge, but as an industry, we were also not sure what will happen. As a company, we also take few projects. For some reason, that project is not able to take off. But as a company, we have very much clear policy. Till we don't get the full approvals in place, we don't get RERA, we don't do any bookings. So that's the key. So we know at what time we should be able to sell. So when everything is clear, though the risk is less. So that we have approach we have kept, and that has helped us to complete all the projects, around 64 projects completed till date with OC on time, no issue.
Can you highlight few instances you personally might have faced?
So one of the instances happened was in Borivali when we had doing a project, some technical issue and our plinth was uplifted. Some technical issue happened, which I'm not a science student, technical student, but then we got a lot of consultant from VCTI, IIT to visit and understand what this has happened. And that time we had booked around 12 or 14 flats. So this thing happened. The first thing what we did, we communicated to all our customers that something like this has happened. We are analyzing the thing and why it has happened, what are the issues. If you have any queries, because don't just hear somebody else and think. If you have anything, any mind, you please come to us. We are ready to talk to you because you have invested and trusted us in the project. So we are always with you. So we had a meeting with all 15 of them. We told them that this issue had happened. Then we had to demolish the whole structure and redo it again. For whatever 10, 12 crores of loss happened because the structure, basement and everything had happened. But out of 14, only one person requested that he wanted to, because he wanted to shift in a ready house. He wanted to cancel all 14 people waited with us till the project got over and they got their possession. So communication, your transparent approach is going to be key for going forward, because challenge is going to be there. It is not that today we have this challenge, tomorrow we don't know, because 64 projects we have faced 600 challenges. And what is 601? We don't know what is going to come. So challenges will be there. But if your approach is to solve the issue, you can solve.
Coming to the last question, what advice you would want to give any young person who would want to do something in this industry, be it not as a developer, but as an architect, maybe some professional working in a real estate company, that this one particular advice would help?
Monetarily, real estate does good. Everybody knows it. But for any human being, the first thing that he needs is house. Roti, kapda, makan, what we say. And it can be a smallest of the house, 300 square feet, or a 3,000 square feet house. Any family who does, he requires a good house. Everybody needs a house. And giving that house to that family and that satisfaction, what you see on that face, and the blessings that you get are, I think, unimaginable. Means you can buy everything else, you cannot buy that. So that satisfaction of giving a family that house on a time, that is completely gives that satisfaction that I get. I think any young entrepreneur, you will get everything. Real estate, because it's real. You can feel it. You can touch it. That's why it's called real estate. It's not virtual. There is nothing virtual. If you are seen, it's seen. It's not seen, not seen. So a person who wants to come into real estate has to understand it's a tough job. It's a lot of challenges. But at the end, the satisfaction of you creating something, and that is going to last for generations.
Right.
Because a structure is going to last for, say, 100 years. So that generational structure standing on that plot, that satisfaction, giving families staying there, enjoying a community development, that gives a big satisfaction.
Thank you so much for coming here, becoming a part of this and giving us your time. And I feel I learned few things about Goa as well, few things about having always being transparent and being open to communications, and you do the hard work and you'll get the results in the longer term.
I think, thank you, Krish. You're doing a great job. And I'll be happy to be associated with this kind of programs more and more. And thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.